Hi everyone, my name is Zoe and I work for Lishawn's Consulting. Today this video will be about the history of New York City subways. The subway is the main mode of transportation for most people, and I hope this video helps you learn more about it. Enjoy!
The New York City Subway is one of the most famous transportation systems in the world. It helps millions of people travel around New York City every day. The subway has been part of New York's history for more than 100 years. Before the subways existed, people mostly used streetcars, horse-driven vehicles, and elevated trains. As the city became bigger, transportation became more difficult. The subway was created to help people travel faster and move around the growing city.
New York before the subway. Before the subway opened, New York City already had many transportation problems. Streets were often crowded with horses, wagons, streetcars, and pedestrians. Elevated trains were also built to help people travel around the city. However, elevated trains were noisy and took up space above the streets. New York population continued to grow quickly. City leaders began looking for a better way to move large numbers of people.
Why did New York need a subway? New York needed a transportation system that could carry many people quickly. The city's streets were becoming more crowded every year. Building more roads was difficult because there was limited space. An underground railway could avoid much of the street traffic. It could also connect different neighborhoods across the city. This idea eventually led to the construction of New York's first subway.
The first official New York City subway opened on October 27, 1904. The first line ran from City Hall in Manhattan to 145th Street. Thousands of people came to see the new transportation system. The subway was considered a major technological achievement at the time. The trains could travel underground without competing with street traffic. The opening changed the way New Yorkers traveled around the city.
What were the early trains like? The early subway trains were very different from today's trains. Many of the first cars were made with wood and had simple designs. Some early trains had open gates that allowed passengers to enter and exit quickly. The trains were powered by electricity instead of steam. Stations were also smaller and looked different from modern stations. Even though the system was new, many New Yorkers quickly began using it.
After the first subway opened, New York continued building more subway lines. New routes connected Manhattan with Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx. The subway helped people live further away from their workplaces. It also helped neighborhoods grow because transportation became easier. More stations meant that more people could use the system. Over time, the subway became an important part of New York City's growth.
The subway eventually became important across all 5 boroughs of New York City. Manhattan became connected with Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx through many subway routes. Staten Island developed a separate railway system rather than becoming a part of New York City's subway network. The connection made it easier for people to travel between different parts of the city. Workers could live farther from their jobs and still commute, and the subway helped turn New York into a more connected city.
The subway has greatly changed since 1904. Old wooden trains were replaced by newer and safer trains. Stations received better lighting, signs, and other improvements. The subway also introduced new technology to help control trains and collect fares. During different periods, the system faced problems such as delays, aging equipment, and financial difficulties. Despite the challenges, subways keep serving New York City.
Today, the New York subway has hundreds of stations and many different train routes. It operates 24 hours a day, making it different from many subway systems around the world. Millions of rides are taken on the subway each week. Modern trains have digital displays, announcements, cameras, and other technology. Riders can also use modern payments instead of traditional paper tickets. The subway remains one of the most important ways to travel around New York City.
NYC Subway is much more than a transportation system. It helped New York City grow and connect people from different neighborhoods. Since 1904, the subway has gone through many changes and challenges. Millions of people now depend on it for school, work, shopping, and everyday travel. Even though the system is old, it continues to adapt to new technology and changing needs. The history of the subway is also an important part of the history of New York City.
Thank you everyone for watching. I hope this video taught you something new to share with others. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more videos. Thank you. Have a good one.